Hi guys, welcome back to Max Electronics, and in today's video we'll be looking at this rather bulky, I assume it's an emergency light. I don't know, I've never actually opened it up. I've picked it up from a friend. There's actually two of them. I assume it's emergency because it's quite heavy, it's huge. It looks like it's got 4 wires, so maybe it's a normal light slash emergency light. The reason I think it's an emergency light because it's got that logo there. So it says that it's apparently SN450MFL142K, nickel metal hydride battery, 9.6 volts, 1.2 amps, which is quite small for the size of light. Emergency, yeah, so it is an emergency light, duration 120 minutes, output 300 lumen. Okay, the back of it, I still don't know. I know there's a battery compartment here. I'll open this up. There is the nickel metal hydride batteries. Let's disconnect them. That doesn't make it any lighter. Looks like it's got a fuse in line. Yep, it does. So let's see what it's rated at. 5 amps. No, 5 amps fuse. Alright. I don't think there's any charge in those batteries, but we'll see anyway. Let's try to take the back panel off, if I can figure out how. I assume it slides. Oh, yep, it slides. It was sliding before. Oh, there we go. So that disconnects. So there must be some sort of a screw that is missing that goes in here and locks it in place. Okay, so does it have a wiring diagram? Oh yeah, standard, emergency, permanent, no standby. So it can be connected as a normal light as well. That's the little diagram here. Alright, let's flip it upside down and open it up. So that must be circuitry in here. Let's see what's under the front cover first. I'm really curious to see what sort of LEDs are in there. Okay, so here we go. Oh, interesting. So they are pretty much like interesting construction. There's buttons and adjustments everywhere. It almost looks like a... Yeah, that is very interesting. Some sort of a machine. It's almost like it's a radar. I'm very curious to see what's further inside. Those LEDs are usually used in Spitfire type lights, fire emergency lights. That is interesting. Okay, let's discover what's... I wonder if they can... There are screws under there, so 4 screws. Let's remove those. Right, oh, dropped one. We've got power supplies. What is it? What's going on? Button test. So that would be the controllers for the lights. Wonder what that is. It is a sensor. Huh. This is a very chunky heatsink, as you can see. That would be the battery compartment, test button. So are those two similar? So what is this? High performance sensing driver. And this is the LED standard emergency converter, standard and standby and emergency converter. So, I'm trying to get my head around this. Interesting. So that would be the sensor. Yeah, sorry about the silence. I'm just literally, I didn't expect this. I thought it'd be something basic like one of those converters, little battery and LEDs, nothing else. I didn't expect that circuit to be here. So where are the wires that go outside? They are here. So we've got white, brown, purple, and earth. Okay, let's plug the battery back in. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but we'll see if it'll charge it back up. I'm gonna get the base plate connected. So I've connected base plates. So it turns out the brown and white were common together. So I've actually put them in one slot separate, and the blue was neutral, but I've put it as an active just as a switch. So technically, if we short those out, it should be working as a light switch. I'm going to install the base plate now. And geez, that's bulky. There we go. That's in. I'm going to let those two out. Reminding you, those two are going to be live. Well, one of them will be live. So we're going to be careful with that. I will be putting it through the current limiting just in case if that short circuits things. Very safe, yes. So don't try this at home. Okay, so limiter is on. I'm going to plug it in. And I figured out that's actually two separate boards. So I think the middle one is an emergency driver and this is just a normal lighting or sensor one. So here we go. Let's put time low. That's lowest, isn't it? Yep. And we'll put it to daylight. That's night. That's day. And sensitivity, let's go low just for now. Here we go. I'm about to turn this on. Ready? Please don't blow up. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Oh, that's bright. All right, so it is the sensor. They are quite bright. Power consumption at 50, nearly 50 watt. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that is sensor with this on. Yeah, not bright. You probably can't see it as well because camera is compensating for it, but it is actually quite a bright light. I'm very surprised. All right, let's see what happens when we shot those two together. Okay, that's just an emergency light. Charging the batteries. Okay, so why would they wire it this way then? Yeah, as you can see, it's the charger. The red light keeps coming on in the corner there. And if I hold them together, and try pressing the button, yeah, that's just an emergency light. So that's pretty cool. It's almost like a street light, street sensor light. Again, it's a radar sensor, so it, I guess, oh, there we go. But yeah, I'm sure it can be wired to be used as a normal light. That is quite impressive. Why is this on? Huh. I wonder why that's on. Let me just have a look at the schematic here. I'll turn that off. And of course, that's an emergency light now on. And the battery went flat. Let me have a look if there is, why is this always on when that shouldn't be on? So give me a sec, I'll have a look around and we'll see what happens. Okay, I have finally figured it out. So I've wired it incorrectly before, that's why I was keeping the lights on but dimming the charging circuit. So the L, number 1, stands for lights, so is this for lights or live, that's very strange. A for active, N for neutral, that's a test button. So if we're wiring the N and A together, that's how it's wired with L and N, which means common neutral and common active or live. and then L is the one we'll turn the lights on. So technically, if I power it up now, because those two wires are not connected, which is an L, so that's L, if I turn it on now, we should have the charging circuit charging, but everything should be off. Let's give it a go now. There we go. And the sensor circuit won't work either. That's for testing, so there we go. Let's try shorting those two now together, and we'll see if all of the lights are supposed to come on. Yep, there we go. So those two as a dim light, and then when someone moves by, I will try, because I've set the sensitivity too low. Sorry. There we go. So they all will come on, and then all the big lights will go out, leaving all the small lights on. There we go. And then during daytime, you turn this off, and that's it. So you're only left with emergency lighting. And that's the emergency lighting, yeah. There we go. Now I'm sure you're curious to have a look inside of the circuitry inside here. So I'm going to disconnect that from the power supply for now. Disconnect the batteries as well. And let's open the the sensor first. So here we go. I'm gonna pull this out. I'm not gonna disconnect it. Actually, I'll disconnect it. Why not? It's only unpluggable. Everything is plugged in here, so you can easily unplug. So I'm gonna get the light off the table, and then we'll have a look at those two. Now this is clipped in together. So I'm gonna unclip it. Let me get something better to unclip with. That should do the trick, maybe. Yep. Here is the circuit. Oh, I might have to undo the wires. That's disconnected. Sweet. Yep, it's a radar. So let me zoom in for you so you can see it properly. It doesn't have a relay, so it's sending direct. Ah, interesting. Oh, too far. My bad. Come on. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Hang on. Sorry, the camera is in manual focus. If I can go up a bit closer. Oh yeah, there we go. So there is that little radar circuit. It looks like there could be a relay there, but that circuitry is empty. That's a nice antenna. Controller, IC controller underneath, and I assume it'd be 5 volts or something close to it. Yeah, so that, can it be disconnected? Sort of. There is a chip which I can't get to underneath, and I can see the writing. It says SK500, that's all it says in there. That IC that you can see. SK500, we've got a standard diode, couple of 100 microfarad capacitors, and that module. So it will be running, yes, it will be running 5 volts. I'm going to put that back in here. So that's it for the radar circuit. Okay, I'm going to put this together and let's explore the next something like, let's see where the radar circuit plugs into. So next up, we've got the LED driver circuit. We've got the neutral, live, and ground in, and we've got LED out and the sensor in out, I guess. It's clipped in together, so it should be really easy to open up. So mind you, this is all the genuine equipment. This is not the cheap Chinese knockoffs. I did buy the emergency fire lights, the cheap Chinese knockoffs, based on lithium batteries. I've sent them back because they were not safe. There was no protection, no charging limiting. It was pretty much as if they taken the circuit of the standard emergency light, and just instead of nickel metal hydrates, they've put a lithium voltage battery with a higher voltage. It will definitely explode, so was not happy. Okay, it's got protection plastic. It looks like a standard power supply, so there is switch mode, so that would be the input, a couple of filtering, inductors, switch mode driving circuit right here, transformer, and then we've got output, what looks like a diode here. I don't know if you can see properly. Yeah, very basic. That would be the switching transistor probably for the output. So nothing much interesting in here. All right, let's put this back together and move on to the next one, the charging one. Here is the charging circuit and standby emergency converter. Let's have a look at that one. So again, we've got the LED connected here, red and green. We've got the battery connected here and standby LED, yeah. Oh yeah, that's the actual LEDs, the output one. That's the indicator one. And we've got obviously our ground, active, neutral in the button for testing, and the L for lights. So let's open this one up. Again, it's clipped in together. Those lights would be perfect for somewhere outside, you know, when they slightly on at night, and just to give you enough illumination, and then as you walk past them, they will light up fully. I'm going to experiment, maybe put one in the garage, see what happens. Again, similar technology, a lot of coils. It's got two switch mode power supplies. Literally two switches. I think one is for the light and the other one's for charging the battery. Interesting. Usually they're a lot more basic. So that's what's inside of this light. Very interesting construction. Looks like a good quality too. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share the video. If you have any ideas of what you want me to have a look at next, then don't forget to comment below. Also check out this video on your screen right now. That's another interesting video. I will see you next time. My name is Max. Have a good night. Bye.